Now that you have completed your Thomas Kilmann conflict assessment, let's talk about what the information means. The model is designed to identify your strengths and challenges of your personal conflict style. Great working relationships are not conflict-free. Resolving conflict requires different approaches for different situations. As a leader, you may ask yourself how you can best manage your own conflict management style to ensure you minimize the risk of your style and maximize your leadership impact during tough moments. The Thomas Kilmann approach is a measure of both how assertive and cooperative you are when in conflict. Within that measure are 5 different styles you have a tendency to demonstrate when in conflict. These styles are avoiding, competing, collaborating, accommodating, and compromising. Avoiding is unassertive and uncooperative. You sidestep the conflict without trying to satisfy anyone's concerns. Competing is assertive and uncooperative. You try to satisfy your own concerns at the expense of others. Collaborating is assertive and cooperative. You try to find a win-win solution that completely satisfies everyone's concerns. Accommodating is unassertive and cooperative. You try to satisfy others' concerns at the expense of your own. Compromising is assertive and cooperative. You try to find an acceptable solution that only partially satisfies everyone's concerns. There is not a right or wrong conflict style, but one or more styles could be inappropriate for a given situation, and the consequence could be the situation spirals out of control. Another consequence is the overuse of any one style. All styles can be appropriate in some situations. Let's take a closer look at each one of these styles, starting with competing. Competing is a power-oriented style in which a person will use whatever power seems appropriate to win their own position, and their ability to argue for a conclusion. Competing means standing up for your rights, defending a position that you believe is correct, or simply trying to win. Sometimes competitors will stand up for the rights of others. This style is used in situations when collaborating is not feasible, such as an emergency situation or policy issue. It can be used when unpopular actions need to be taken, quick decisive action is needed, or you are under attack when consensus fails. The goal of this style is to win. The accommodating style, the individual neglects his or her own concerns to satisfy the concern of the other person. There is an element of self-sacrifice in this style. This style might take on the form of selfless generosity or charity, obeying another person's order when you would prefer not to, or yielding to another person's point of view. This style is used in situations when you are persuaded or others know more than you do, such as being overruled by your boss or outmatched and losing. Some may make a small sacrifice when they know it is important to others to boost confidence or letting people test their wings. The goal of this style is to yield to others. The avoiding style does not deal with conflict. Someone with this style avoids or withdraws from issues that are unimportant, complex, or dangerous. They may postpone discussion until a later time. Some may withdraw from emotional conflicts that are threatening to them. It is possible that competitors may take advantage of avoiders. The goal of this style is to delay. The collaborating style may take the form of exploring a disagreement to learn from each other's insights or trying to find a creative solution to an interpersonal problem. This style is used in situations with both concerns are important or when you need a commitment to a decision. The goal of this style is to find multiple perspectives and for all parties to win. The compromising style addresses issues more directly than avoiding, but does not explore it as much as collaborating. This style wants to make a deal, but tries not to compromise on vital issues. The goal of this style is to find the middle ground. Next, we'll learn about benefits and pitfalls of each style. The benefits of the competing style are to assert your position, standing up for your interests and ideas, making sure they are taken seriously. Possibility of quick victory, making a quick recommendation, pressing for a quick decision if you have enough power to prevail. Self-defense, protecting your interests and views from attack. Testing assumptions, debating to expose and test your own and others' assumptions. Some pitfalls of this style include strained work relationships, losers feel resentful or exploited, suboptimal decisions, possibly win-win solutions are overlooked, and information is not exchanged freely, decreased initiative and motivation when decisions are imposed, others are less committed to them, and show less initiative and motivation, and possible escalation and deadlock. If initial tactics fail, temptation is to use more extreme, provocative tactics, and negotiations may deadlock. Benefits and pitfalls of accommodating style. The benefits are helping someone out, helping people meet their needs and supporting them, restoring harmony by smoothing feathers and calming troubled waters, building relationships by building social capital by doing favors, helping, and apologizing when necessary, and choosing a quick ending, cutting your losses so you can move on. Some pitfalls of this style may be sacrifice concerns, something you care about is conceded and your interests or views are sacrificed. Loss of respect. Cooperativeness can build goodwill, but low assertiveness can lose your respect. A pattern of accommodating can encourage exploitation by others. And loss of motivation. More accommodating means less satisfaction. You may find yourself agreeing to things for which you have little enthusiasm. The benefits of avoiding are reducing stress, avoiding demanding or unpleasant people and topics, saving time, not wasting time and energy on low priority issues, and steering clear of danger, not stirring up a hornet's nest or provoking trouble, and setting up a more favorable condition, gaining time to be better prepared and less distracted. Pitfalls of avoiding include declining working relationships. Work may get accomplished if people avoid each other. Hostile stereotypes are allowed to develop and fester. Resentment. Others whose concerns are being neglected may resent your avoiding and see it as evasive. Delays. Unaddressed issues can cause delays. Recurrence may take more time and cause more frustration than if faced earlier. Degrading communication and decision making. People may walk on eggshells rather than speaking candidly and learning from one another. Some benefits of collaboration, where you make high quality decisions, seeking innovative solutions that are better than each person's recommendations, learning and communication, exchanging information openly, aiding communication and discovery, resolution and commitment, working together to meet people's concerns fully so that conflict is resolved and people are committed to the decision, and strengthening relationships, building respect, liking and trust, resolving problems in relationships. There are pitfalls to collaborating. The time and energy required. More time is needed to dig through issues. Full concentration of of creativity are required. The psychological demands requires openness to new viewpoints, ideas, and challenges, and this can be psychologically demanding. The possibility of offending, so may involve working through sensitive issues, and this can make things worse and hurt feelings if unsuccessful. And then the risk of vulnerability. Others may try to exploit your openness and flexibility. And then compromise. There are benefits and pitfalls to compromise. The benefits are pragmatism, practicing the art of the possible and getting a deal that's good enough. Speed and expediency, making expedient settlements. Fairness, providing equal gains and losses for both people. And maintaining relationships, meeting halfway to reduce the strain on relationships. Some pitfalls of compromising include partially sacrificed concerns. So both people's concerns are compromised, leaving some residual frustration if the issues aren't fully resolved, and then it may flare up again. Suboptimal solutions, compromise decisions are less innovative and of lower quality than successful collaborative decisions. And then superficial understandings. Agreements often paper over differences with vague statements that don't accurately reflect the beliefs of the people who disagree. Each of us is capable of using all 5 conflict styles, depending on the situation. None of us can be characterized as having a single style of dealing with conflict. But some people have a tendency to use some styles more than others, which can result in pitfalls and decrease the trust of those who work with them.